Talk to me about spotting for Kyle Busch, because, like you said, we hear the clips. He was obviously, I mean, he's on the Mount Rushmore of NASCAR drivers, I think. But, you know, there's two sides of Kyle, obviously. There was the ultra, I mean, there was really only one side. He was ultra competitive, all out, all the time. Obviously had reactions in the moment, but like, how hard was it to harness that? Like that, you know, you have a psychology degree from Penn State. Like,
thank goodness.
How hard was that to harness that and steer it in the right direction? Because obviously there's sometimes he can get off the tracks a little bit, and you gotta kind of point him in the right direction.
For sure, and it was all on how you worded it. Like, he never, and understandably so, like, you had to word it properly where he didn't feel like you were coming at him. Like, we were all working together and pulling the rope in the same direction. So yeah, he was fiery. But it was like I associate it with, you know, he just demanded the best out of me, out of the team, out of the truck, the car. He demanded the best out of himself. So there was no lax, there was no give up. So if he got on me about something, or if it's because he wanted the absolute best for everybody. And it's like, you know, working through the KBM stuff, all the kids that he had in the trucks. You know, I know that, you know, sometimes he could be, you know, super critical on them, but you should. We're here in a professional sport, a performance-based business. So whether you're driving, crew chiefing, spotting, if you're not doing 100% what you should be doing, somebody should be getting on your butt about it. And to me, you guys, Tommy, you know, Freddie, like, you guys know my family. So that's the way I grew up racing. You know, we loved each other and we'd do anything we could for each other. But it wasn't always backpatting. You know, there was hard conversations on, you know, trips back from Thompson and trips back from Stafford. If I messed up as a spotter, my dad would be on me about, hey, you need to do this, or you need to look for that, or this would help, or that would help. But also, as good as my dad was, if I felt that he missed something, it was just hard conversations back and forth. But that's how you get better. So, and I appreciated Kyle. Like, there's some people that would take that stuff personally, or, you know, sort of cower or back down, but was it a little rough around the edges sometimes? Sure. But you had to, like, break off the shell and get to the underlying message to, hey, you know, KBM was his pride and joy for sure. You know, he wanted that to be super successful, and, you know, putting people in place to make it that way. So it just, you know, you had to look under the rough edges to get the underlying message, but the underlying message was always, I know you can do it. So you have the potential to do it. So let's do it. What do we have to do to get this right? So, but yeah, just on the radio, yeah, you get fired up. And there was times I'm like, but you know, it's fine. Yeah.
Hold the button down.
Yeah, I had to hold the button down a little bit, but yeah, but I know where it was. I understand where it was coming from, the frustration and when things weren't going right, because he put as much pressure on himself to, like, I know I'm good and I should be up front. So when I'm not, like, what do I need to do? What do we got to do to make this better? So, you know, sometimes it would snowball a little bit, but, you know, over time, that's when I come in, you hear all the rumors, like, you know, Kyle's one of the best in the sport, but he doesn't have the mental game to be a champion, you know, to be able to do it over seasons. So that was a work in progress.